Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Tom Bihn Synik 30, which is a really versatile and durable minimal travel bag. And Tom Bihn is a company that has become very well known for making some great travel bags, and the Synik 30 has quickly become one of their most popular. We've also looked at the Synapse 25 and the Synik 22 on the channel in the past, and both of those were great to use, but I did have a few issues with each of those bags that the Synik 30 seemed to fix. So I've been using it for the past couple of weeks, and so far it's been an awesome experience. The bag has been very comfortable to wear. It has a great build quality. I really love the organizational layout, and it's also able to hold an impressive amount of stuff. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys, and I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the outside of the bag, as far as the overall aesthetic, this definitely reminded me a lot of both the Synik 22 and the Synapse 25. So the bag is more focused on function over style. You know, it has more of a traditional backpack style look. It's not super minimal. It has a lot of zippers and pockets along the outside. So it kind of reminds me of maybe a JanSport or a more traditional backpack, but I don't think the bag looks bad by any means. It still feels like it's gonna blend in well into a lot of different environments, whether you're going into the outdoors, walking around the city, or for traveling. And particularly in this black color, I feel like it gives it a little bit more of a minimal and sleek look. The bag is also offered in a few different colors that you can check out on Tom Bihn's site. And then along the outside, you only have a little bit of branding here at the bottom. You have the Tom Bihn logo, which has been moved from the front. The Synapse 25 and their classic bags had the logo front and center. So here it's kind of a little more out of the way. I liked it kind of in the center because I like this logo a little bit. It's a plain. I just feel like it's very classic and it gives it a little bit of personality, but it still works well here. And then at the bottom, you also have this little loop that can be used to attach something like a bike light. And then moving into the materials, the bag has a great build quality. It's offered in a Parapack and in a ballistic nylon version. The version that I have here is 525D ballistic nylon, which feels really rugged and like it's gonna offer a nice amount of weather resistance. And then on top of that, the bag has some awesome YKK zippers all throughout that also have a nice sealing on the inside to help keep water out. So overall, definitely a solidly built bag that feels like it's gonna be with you for many years to come. Continuing on with the capacity, as mentioned in the name of the bag, it comes in at about 30 liters, which is a really great kind of one bag travel size, and this is a generous 30 liters. I was really impressed with just how much it was able to hold. Definitely more than enough for a week or a couple of weeks of travel, depending on how minimally I was packing. And then the bag does tend to stick out a little bit when it's more packed out, but it still feels like it's going to be great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying on to pretty much any domestic or international airline. And then in the footage here, you can get a look at a side-by-side comparison with the Synapse 25. So they're actually pretty close in size. I thought this would be a lot bigger. It is a little bit taller and it feels like it can hold some extra stuff, but the Synapse 25 is still gonna be able to hold a lot if you're looking to save a little bit of money or you want something that's gonna be slightly smaller. And then taking a closer look at the straps and the back paneling, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. It has Tom Bihn's new edgeless strap design, which has been great to use. They have a nice amount of padding. It's really soft. It's kind of gel-like. On the inside, there's no sort of meshy material to help prevent moisture from building up, which would have been nice to see. And these straps have a pretty decent width, but I do wish that they had been maybe just a smidge wider to help with the bag from digging into my shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. For a bag of this size, it can tend to get kind of heavy over the longer term, but that's really where the edgeless design of the straps does help reduce any pinching when the bag is a little bit more packed out. And then I really like the contoured shape of the straps. I feel like these fit my body type very well. And then the bag also includes an adjustable and removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. Down at the bottom, the bag also includes a removable waist belt, which normally I don't really use this style of waist belt too much. I just don't feel like it helps add that much support. It doesn't really have a lot of padding or anything like that, but it's nice that you can actually fully remove this and that it's still included with the bag if you prefer to have a little bit of additional support, particularly for preventing the bag from kind of sliding around if you're riding on your bike or something like that. Tom Bihn also sells a separate and more padded waist belt if you want something that's going to offer a little bit more support. And then moving into the back paneling, this also offers a nice amount of comfort. I really like the padding that's been included here. It's really soft, and I like that it has this kind of meshy material to help with breathability. And then the bag also has some small air channels to help with airflow while you're walking around throughout the day. I do wish that these air channels had been just a little bit deeper to provide some extra ventilation, or that we could have seen the new back panel design that we saw in the Shadow Guide 33, which we did a video on recently. I really like how that one had just kind of some extra cutouts in the back paneling to give a little more airflow while walking around. And then the last thing I'll mention while we're on the back paneling is that the bag includes a really nice removable frame sheet to help add some rigidity to the back and really help distribute the weight. This is what keeps the bag feeling comfortable even when it's a little bit more packed out. So if you prefer to have a less rigid bag, you can actually remove this. And then I like that this area also serves as a luggage pass-through. So if you want to rest this on your suitcase while you're walking around the airport, you can save some weight on your back. Jumping into the organizational layout, this is the area where the Synik and Synapse line of bags really shines in my opinion. I just love all the different pockets that are offered and the amount of space that they offer. They're like magic pockets. It always feels like there's just more space to keep adding stuff whenever you need to. And so jumping in, the first pocket that we're going to take a look at is a small quick access pocket on the kind of front and top of the bag. This is going to be a great spot for any of those items that you want to grab quickly while you're running around. So in here I just threw in my AirPods. And then one of the cool things that you'll see throughout all of the pockets with this bag is that you have this O-ring system like we've seen in other Tom Bihn bags that you can pair with a variety of accessories that they sell or other third-party accessories to just kind of add some extra modularity and versatility to the bag. So what I currently have here is a small pouch from Topo Designs that has a carabiner that pairs well with the O-ring. This is just a spot where I have, some medicine, some wired headphones, smaller accessories that I like to carry with me, and then I like that I can just pull it out and I don't have to worry about it falling down because of this O-ring system. And then in this compartment, if I didn't want to use anything like that, it still offers a decent amount of space if I wanted to use this to store something like my phone or maybe some documents while I was going through the airport. And then behind that, you have another taller zippered pocket that actually serves as the bag's water bottle area. So that's one of the interesting things about these bags is that they don't have any sort of side external water bottle pockets. The idea here is that placing the water bottle in the middle of the bag will help it keep a little bit better balance. And so this is an interesting system. I'm not sure if I prefer it as much as the external water bottle pockets, but it works well. And I really was impressed that I was able to fit my normal 20-ounce water bottle in here really comfortably, even when the bag was more packed out. So far it's worked pretty well. I like that on the inside it has this kind of soft, meshy material. And then if you don't want to use it for a water bottle, it's just a nice tall compartment. It's going to offer plenty of space for something like maybe a tech organizer that you want to be able to get to quickly as well during the day. And then next up on the sides, you have two additional zippered pockets that have a very similar layout. So starting with this one here on the right, this is really where you start to see kind of the magic of how space is distributed along all of these compartments. I was so impressed with how much I was able to hold while still having the water bottle in this middle area, and so plenty of space here for anything larger that I want to store with me. So in this case, what I currently have is just a simple deck of playing cards, and then I also have my USB-C hub to charge my MacBook Pro and other devices while traveling. And so you can see on the inside plenty of leftover space, and you'll see I like this kind of gray halcyon lining that the bag has. You'll see that all throughout the rest of the bag. It kind of makes it easier to see everything that's on the inside of the bag. And then you have another O-ring here with an included lanyard that Tom Bihn throws in with the bag. It has these two clips that make it very easy to remove and to also attach something like your keys or a multi-tool. And then the last thing that I'll call out in this area is that you have an additional slip pocket here along the side to help add some organization to kind of this larger compartment. So what I currently threw in here was just my Apple Magic Mouse. Moving onto the pocket on the other side, you have a very similar layout and amount of space, so plenty of capacity even for bulkier items. Currently what I have here is my Ray-Ban sunglasses with their case. And then you also have another O-ring here, so if you wanted to toss in an additional pouch or kind of attach the lanyard that we saw in the other section, you could do so. And then on the side of this compartment, you have some smaller slip pockets and slots that are going to be great for thinner accessories. So you have 3 different slots here. In this first one, I just have a simple flashlight. And then next to that, you have one that's slightly larger. What I threw in here was just a USB cable that has a lot of different attachment points for all the devices that I normally carry with me. And then in this last slot here, I just have a simple pen. This is the Everyman Click Pen. So just a really nice amount of space and organization in both of these areas to keep all of your smaller items easy to find while you're going about your day. And then down at the bottom, you have one additional kind of quick access area. And this is one of my favorite pockets on the bag just because of how much volume it offers. It really shocks me just how much fits into this compartment, even when the main area has a lot of stuff in it. So plenty of volume here for anything bulkier that you still want to grab more quickly while you're running around throughout the day. So what I currently have here is my Matador Nano Dry Shower Towel. I like that this has a little carabiner, which can pair with some of the O-rings that I'll show you in a second. Then I also threw in my GoPro Hero 3 Plus. And then the last thing that I currently have in here is the Tom Bihn Handy Little Thing pouch, which pairs perfectly with this compartment. It's actually meant to fit right into this. This is the larger size of the Handy Little Thing. It comes in a smaller size, but this one is meant to pair with the Synik 30. It has these clips that attach perfectly with the O-rings. You have 3 O-rings on the inside of this compartment, and so I've attached 2 of them here so that I could pull this out, easily grab all the dongles or cables that I need to throughout the day. I like that I don't have to worry about the pouch kind of falling. I could also use this maybe as a dop kit if I wanted to, so it kind of holds itself there very nicely, and then when I need to put it away, it all works very seamlessly. So really like to see Tom Bihn's ecosystems of accessories working well together. And then taking the pouch out, you can get a better look at the inside so you can see just how much this compartment comes up. It's going to be a great spot for holding something like a dop kit or maybe a jacket that you want to get to. And then just to show off how much volume this has, even with the main area packed out, I'll go ahead and toss in my Beats Studio wireless headphones, which is one of the bulkiest items that I normally have with me. And as you can see, it still manages to fit in well and close comfortably. And then before jumping into the main area, one thing that I wanted to mention is that you have this side access zipper that allows you to get into the laptop compartment a little bit more quickly. This was an addition that we also saw with the Synik 22, but I really like how it works with this larger size of the bag, so you can easily reach in and grab your laptop while you're on the go. We'll take a closer look at the actual laptop compartment when we open up the main area of the bag, but I wanted to call out the side access zipper here because it's a lot easier to get my 13-inch laptop out than I was able to with the Synik 22. I still feel like with a 15-inch laptop, you'll probably have to be a little bit more strategic with how you pull it out, particularly when the bag is a little bit more packed out. So I would have liked to have seen more of a straight zipper like we saw with the Shadow Guide 33, but for the most part, particularly for the size of device that I have, this has actually worked quite well. And so taking a closer look at the main area, this does have a clamshell style opening, which is one of the biggest differences between this and the Synapse 25. So it has a zipper that goes all the way around to allow you to open it fully flat. Before opening it up, I did want to call out this padding on the bottom of the bag that actually covers the zipper to help add some protection when you place the bag down. And I like that this also gives the bottom a little bit of structure to make it easy for the bag to stand up well on its own when it's a little more packed out. And so opening this compartment up, again, the zippers go all the way down so you can open the bag and easily see everything that you're packing. And this has an impressive amount of space. Again, with the 30 liters, I was easily able to fit all of these items, which is what I normally take with me on a 1 to 2 week trip. And it doesn't feel like the bag was really kind of exploding or overly packed out, which I like. And so jumping in, the first thing that I have at the top is the Tom Bihn laundry stuff sack, which I've really enjoyed using as kind of a simple way to hold my socks and my underwear. It's nice to just be able to stuff things in and not have to worry about folding everything. And then you can kind of compress the items down. And I like that it has a clean and dirty clothes area, so it maintains the same volume. You can just kind of shift them as you use your items to keep them separate from each other. So I really like how simple this is. And then I also have my Air Dop kit. And then I have an extra pair of shoes that I put into a packing cube. And then the last thing that I have here at the bottom is my larger double-sided and compressible packing cube from Arkedo. And I wanted to mention one specific thing about this packing cube from Arkedo, and the fact that it's not a complete rectangle. It kind of has this shape at the bottom that contours in a little bit, which I found fit very well with the Synik 30. So just a small recommendation if you're looking for a great packing cube to pair with this. It just kind of nuzzles in down at the bottom very comfortably. It's almost like it was made for this bag. This is actually made for the Arkedo Oxna, which we've done a review on if you want to check that out. But I really loved how well this paired with the bag here. And so now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. Just a very simple bucket of space. I really love how much flexibility this gives you with how you can organize everything. As you can see here on the back, you have a set of compression straps. And this is going to be particularly helpful if you're not using packing cubes and you want to kind of keep everything in place. It's really nice and simple to use these. And then I like that they're actually fully removable if you want to give the bag a little bit of a cleaner look and not have kind of the clutter that straps can sometimes create. And then in addition to the straps, you also have O-rings along the back of the bag, so you can pair these again with many of the accessories that Tom Bihn sells. And then on the flap of the bag, you also have some additional O-rings. You have some loops here that you can pair with the different caches that Tom Bihn sells for their tablets and laptops. And then you also have an additional slip pocket here that just has plenty of space and flexibility. This might actually be a great spot to put your shoes if you don't have a separate pouch, to kind of keep them separate from everything that's on the inside of the bag. This might also be a great spot for a jacket or a toiletry bag. So nice to have this kind of area to separate out the main compartment. And then the last thing that we're going to take a look at is the laptop compartment, which we kind of got a preview of with the side access zipper. You can also access it from the top. You have a nice zipper here so that you can easily grab your laptop, particularly when you're sitting in an airplane and you pull the bag out from under the seat. It's a lot easier to pull it out from the top as opposed to having to deal with the side access zipper. And so plenty of space in this laptop compartment. As you saw earlier, I have a 13-inch MacBook Pro, but you can see there's just plenty of space here at the top to hold up to a 15 or 16-inch laptop. And then the sleeve itself is made out of a really nice kind of soft and durable mesh. And this has some padding, but it's a little bit less rigid than I would like to see for a laptop sleeve. I wish that it had been more padded to help add some extra protection, but still offer some padding and separation from everything else that's in this main area. And so pulling my laptop out, get it out very easily, and taking a closer look at the inside. On the back of the compartment, you just have the same kind of halcyon material that we've seen throughout the rest of the bag. On the front, you have this mesh that's not as soft as maybe like a felt or fleece lining, but it still feels like it's going to offer some protection against scratching. And then at the bottom of the compartment, it is a little bit suspended off the bottom of the ground, but I've noticed that depending on how you place your bag down, you can still kind of feel your laptop touch the bottom, in which case it's nice that you also have this padding to help give some extra protection. So I wish that this had been pulled up just a little bit more, especially given that this is a taller bag. I feel like there would have been plenty of space. So hopefully that's something we see in another iteration of the bag, but still really nice to kind of have this included and separate laptop area to keep your device protected and easily accessible. And then one of the things that I really liked about the Synapse 25 was the fact that I could use it as an everyday carry bag in addition to a minimal travel bag. So this one can also work as an everyday carry bag in a pinch. In my opinion, it's going to be a little bit big depending on your height because the bag is taller, so it might feel a little bit awkward, but I just tossed in my laptop, my Levitate portable standing desk, some of my pouches, and when the bag isn't packed out, it doesn't stick out too much. And it's a little bit bigger than what I would normally like to use for my day-to-day, but in a pinch, I feel like I could use it, particularly if I didn't want to take an entirely separate little bag to carry around with me. So just a really nice amount of versatility in this bag due to the size. I really love the simple layout in this main area and the pocket layout all throughout the rest of the bag. Everything is very well thought out, and if you're looking for a durable and versatile one bag travel option, then this is going to be a fantastic bag to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Synik 30 over the past couple of weeks. The bag has been very comfortable to wear, it has a great build quality, I really like its organizational layout, and it also offers an impressive amount of space. And so you can currently purchase this on Tom Bihn's site for about $300, which is definitely a bit of an investment for a travel bag, but considering the features and build quality that the bag has to offer, and also the fact that it's assembled in the USA, might make it worth the additional cost. I also think this compares well to other similar bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of was the Synapse 25, which is also from Tom Bihn, and we talked about that bag a little bit during the video, and that's another really solid kind of everyday carry and one bag travel option. It's at 25 liters, a little bit smaller than this one, but it has a very similar organizational layout. The biggest differences are going to be that it doesn't have the clamshell style opening or the integrated laptop compartment that this version have. But that one does come in at a little bit of a lower price point at slightly over $200. So if you're just looking for a durable bag that's going to offer some great pocketing and you have a little bit of a tighter budget, then that's going to be a great option to take a look at. The next bag this made me think of is the Air Travel Pack 2 Small, which is another really versatile, minimal travel bag option. It has a fantastic build quality, tons of awesome pocketing, it can hold a lot of stuff, and that one is going to offer a little bit more of a modern and kind of techie aesthetic as opposed to kind of the more traditional vibe that this one has, but it's another great option if you're looking for a comfortable bag that's going to be very carry-on friendly and offer tons of durability. I definitely recommend you check that one out. Another bag this made me think of is the recently released Heim Planet Travel Pack 28, which was a very solid minimal travel bag option. It had a fantastic build quality. I really loved the kind of more simplified organizational options that it had. It was able to hold a ton of stuff while still maintaining a very sleek silhouette. And that one comes in at 28 liters, so it's slightly smaller than this. It's not going to be able to hold quite as much. But if you're looking for a bag that's going to maybe work better as a day-to-day carry and that's going to offer a similarly kind of minimal look that's going to blend in well into a ton of different environments, and that's going to be a great option to take a look at as well. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Tortuga Set Out Laptop Backpack, which is one of the most versatile bags that I've used. I talk about it a ton on the channel. And that is just a really solid 25-liter option, so it works well for day-to-day carry or minimal travel. It can hold a lot of stuff. I really love all the organizational options that it offers. It has a great suspended laptop compartment and one of the most comfortable harness systems that I've seen on a bag. That one also comes in at a much lower price point at around $120, $125. So if you're looking for a solid and versatile bag that's not going to break the bank, then that's going to be one of the best options to check out. With that being said, the Synik 30 holds up really well against all those bags, and if you're looking for a durable and versatile carry-on friendly travel bag that's going to offer a ton of awesome pockets, and that's going to be a fantastic option to check out. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think of the Synik 30 and how it compares to some of the other great travel bags that we've featured on the channel. And if there are any similar options that you think I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you found this video helpful, please give us a like. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.